Christine Axsmith is a long-term friend of mine. She's also a playwright, poet, and provocateur. Her session is titled Losing It All.
What a way to be distinguished. I thought I'd start this chit-chat about social status by showing off my solar backpack and flashing some of my current status symbols on the screen. You see, no matter who you are or what you do, you are a seeker of status. The only question is, how much does it drive you, and which status are you seeking? What I'm trying to do today is give you the tools to find out how much of that is true for yourself, to have your own experience of your own beliefs, which is what happened to me. Am I holding the mic? There. In the end, the roaches are going to win the evolutionary battle anyway. So what are you fighting for? You know, who gets to sit on the deck chairs of the Titanic? 1 million years from now, everything here will be gone. Nothing that we recognize will remain. And the roaches will be sitting around the campfire saying, remember those hairless monkeys? They used to bake mud and make houses out of that. I mean, how crazy is that? And they never figured out how to time travel. If everything is taken away from you, everything you define yourself as, you will just find another way of seeking status. And here I paid way too much money to sail the Amazon and have the most uncomfortable time in my life. And don't think that, you know, it's super hot around here. You don't know what hot is. Status differs geographically. In New York City, it's about how much money do you make. In Washington, D.C., it's proximity to power, usually meaning your job. And in Philadelphia, it seems it's how much do you bench press, which I don't think is that bad, really. But each ballpark has its own rules, and the good news is you could pick your ballpark. I lost all of it. Not only did I lose my job and my career, I became the toxic waste of employment. Absolutely no one wanted to hire me. Longtime friends wouldn't speak to me either or email me, and I was actually heckled on the streets of Northern Virginia, but who wants to go there anyway? But it was an amazing... But it was an amazing experience, especially when I became a dog walker. And that basically means you're a manual laborer who picks up shit for a living. And I used to have daydreams about being a dog walker. I thought, oh, if I were a dog walker, the sun, the stars, the sky. And it's physical labor and very tiresome. You're lower than the maid who will spy on you, actually, and report you to the dog owner. And so do the neighbors. I mean, really? People in D.C. are so status conscious that they actually brag about the master's degrees of their dog walkers. Like, who cares if your dog walker has 2 master's degrees in linguistics? I mean, who cares? What difference does it make? But that's how status conscious people are. But as we delve into the idea of status, we have to talk about how it manipulates us politically, and this moves us right into apartheid. And, oh, I know, it's just so cheerful. But it's true that you were given a racial category at 16, and if the other members of your family, many people were mixed race, didn't have your category, you didn't see them again. And it was legally mandated status that reinforced an unofficial status that had started to break down, which made the white middle class in South Africa very threatened. So status and how you define yourself helps you define yourself politically. And towards that end, I have a few spiritual exercises for us. One is the next time somebody asks you what do you do, shrug. Nothing. And this is going to be a very interesting experiment because they'll know you're making fun of them. A few people will laugh at you and themselves. I like doing this sort of thing. You know, I have so many friends. But most will not be able to continue the conversation. They'll wait a minute or two, but then they'll get really angry, and then it'll start to get ugly. They'll try to ask a friend what you do for a living, but they don't know if you're secretly important, you know, because important people in D.C. aren't always on the news. So they may think, well, if I act like I like you anyway, even though I don't know who you are, so it'll just be a fun thing to watch. The second exercise is learn the name of the person who cleans your office, because it really could be you one day. and greet them by name when you see them. Oh, while we're on the subject, give up your seats for pregnant women. We don't do that here in DC. Put quarters in the parking meters of people that you don't know and you will never see, and don't hide around the corner, I've done it, and wait for them to get back to their car so you can see the joy on their face, you know? So just do it. And then above all, let me know how it goes, because this is going to be hard. You're going to take a real look at what's inside of you and your own resistance and how much we all are attached to status. So there you have it.
It's all about